Alright, today what I want to show you guys is how to install pure beeswax foundation into a wedge top frame. Now, the frames, I got the frames, they had instructions in there on how to install wired foundation into a wedge top and how to install pure beeswax into a wedge top as well as stringing wires. Now, I'm not going to be stringing wires today, I'm just going to be fixing it in with the wedge. I've showed you guys a video before on how I was gluing pure beeswax into a groove top frame, and I was using beeswax to do that. Beeswax as my glue. I've kind of, for a long time I put off buying wedge top frames, and I think maybe it's because I didn't fully understand them. But now I'm starting to see the validity. What I found was when I went to clean out, I cut a lot of old comb out of groove top frames, and then they're almost impossible to clean. You can't get all the old beeswax out of this groove on a groove top frame. Well, the idea of a wedge top frame is that you can break this wedge out and you can scrape everything clean to put in fresh foundation in the following years. But anyway, let me show you how to fasten this in. So the first step is to take your hive tool, which just so happens to also be a woodworking tool. We're going to pop it in here, and we're going to bend down. This is already pre-perforated, pre-cut, so it's just got a little strip. Bend down, and then twist. We'll go along, do that a couple times along the way. Don't get so rambunctious that you break it. So there you go, it pops out. I mean, yeah, you're going to break it out, but don't snap it in half in the middle, so it pops out. Take your frame, stand it up on edge. Let me see if I can balance my phone here so y'all can see. Oh, give me something. I got enough stuff around here to be able to balance this somehow. There we go. Oh, come on. Really? Okay. My air gun's leaking air like I said. Now I've got my beeswax foundation strips pre-cut, and these are actually pre-cut strips from back when I made that last video. They've just been sitting out on the porch for over a year. So you're going to take your strip of foundation and stand it up right here in the groove. Now there's not really much of a groove left now that you've broke that strip out, but just stand it up in there kind of loose. Make sure it feels right. Take your wedge that you broke out, and it's got a little right here. There we go. You'll feel a little lip where that broke out, where the kerf was. So turn and put it so that same broken kerf is right back where it was when you pulled that wedge out. Put it right back the way it was. Now the directions say to use a nail to fasten it. I'm going to use my handy dandy brad nailer because I don't like hammering nails, take too long. Boom. Pop it in there. And the whole time you're doing this, keep this, you see my thumb, keep it squeezed tight, because the only thing that's actually holding this wax in place now is the pinching effect of that strip against the old frame. So I'm just going to go down and put 5 brads in. Sorry, you guys lost video, no big deal. That's it. Now it's in. You can see it's pretty secure. I can actually pick this frame up just by the bond that the wax has, so that's plenty more than what the bees will do. Now, as soon as the bees get on this, they're going to hang off here and they're going to start drawing this comb, and they'll actually fix this a lot tighter with more beeswax. They'll adhere it all. So then your final joint is just these 5 brads that you put in there. So you can put in more brads if you want, but overall, this frame, even if it had 5 pounds of honey in it, 5 pounds of honey is probably not enough to pull out 5 of these 18 gauge brads. They're a lot stronger than people realize. So anyway, real simple. Break your wedge, put in your foundation, pinch it tight, hit it with a brad nailer. Again, if you want to use hammer and nails, be my guest, but I find them slow and clumsy. In a modern age where we have pneumatics, I want to use pneumatics.